What's up, everybody? Happy Zombie Jesus Day. It was a beautiful day today. Got to hang out with a lot of friends and family. It was a good time. But the reason for this video is I want to go over this. This video here did very well, my Faster All Friday video. And the two main questions I got was, what knife was I using? And the knife was the spinner dagger. It's called the Tombstone by Sharpshooter Manufacturing, or Sharpshooter Knives on Instagram. His name's Marcel. Good dude, makes some really rad shit. He's also making sheaths for the 8.5 inches of danger now. I don't have one that he is making yet, but I know everybody was, asking about when the sheaths were going to be made. And he's doing a really rad Kydex leather hybrid, and he's also just doing Kydex if you wanted to go the cheaper route. But contact him; those are pretty rad. They're available now, so pretty cool. But the other question I got was, what is shooting those cards out of that tub? How are you doing that? And no, I'm not a sorcerer. I'm not a wizard. I just know cool people, and I have really cool friends. So another shout out I need to do is the guy's name that I got this from. He's a trick shot archer, and he's one of the better guys I've seen. Really cool dude. His name's Douglas Capper. He goes by @LittleWhale on Instagram. And if you're not following him, I highly suggest you do. He kills it. I saw him using a card launcher in a lot of his videos, and I'm like, dude, that's super rad. And tossing a card is very hard to do consistently to stick it with a knife. I've done it in the past, but it takes just throwing the card right is very difficult. So I asked him if he would build me one for Dangerfest last year, and he said he would. I wanted to show you guys how to make one on your own. So I have two different versions here. One that Douglas Capper made me. It's pretty advanced. It's cool. It's simple, but it's advanced compared to the other one I'm going to show you. So this is it. It's in a tub. Now, I should have gotten something that was more rigid. The tub flexes, so it really dampens how high the card can go. If this was more rigid, the card would go much higher. But it consists of a sewing machine pedal that has a split plug, and I got double stick tape holding this to the bottom. I'm just going to pull it out so you guys can see it better. But it's very simple, very simple. Now, it's very simple, but yet, and Douglas says, yes, it is easy to build, but there are some nuances and some tweaks that you got to figure out on your own. And I will show you why this one works better than the other one that I have made. So, all it is a mouse trap. Pull this back. Oh. The more you do this, the better you get. It's a little precarious right now, so I'm holding my hand, but hopefully I'll snap my fingers here. Okay, you set the mouse trap. See, it's set. This stands up like this, and this plugs into the other end of the extension cord. And when you press your foot on the pedal, it snaps it, and it hits the card. Well, here's the thing. This foam right here is slotted. So the card sits horizontal, barely in there, just enough that the card is up and down, not flexing one way or the other. And then what's genius about this, that he's already figured out for me, and this is why I had him build it. I didn't want to take the time to work out the tweaks. He had already figured everything out. I think the total build, the motor and the pedal, only cost about $50, $60, I think that's what he said. But the genius about this is the foam that he used here. Had there not been any foam here, it just would snap this little dowel rod right in half. So, and the other thing is, the mouse trap is very well secured there too. And since that foam is there, it's not allowing the mouse trap to slap all the way. That is a very violent thing, and mouse traps are not meant to be used multiple times. This one's been, if I had to guess, man, this thing's probably been used 500 times or something like that, and it's held up. So yeah, that's very cool. And then of course you want a tub. I wish I would have gone with something rigid, like I said earlier. I wish I would have used a toolbox or something like that. A toolbox would have been better. And then the lid you must use, especially for newer throwers. A dropped knife, especially a big rotational knife, will damage the machine. So a lid is needed, and then of course I cut a slot out of the middle so the card can come flying out of there. And I know you'll see a lot of times in my videos that I don't use the lid, but that's because it's my own thing, and to be honest, I don't really miss that much. I'm only throwing from 3 meters, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really drop knives from 3 meters, so I'm not trying to be arrogant or anything. It's just, it is what it is. So this is cool. A friend of mine in Michigan, I took that thing to Michigan, and you know, there's a whole bunch of the Michigan blade throwers out there, and they're all rad people, and I took that up there, and a friend of mine named Marty Mulder, I can't remember what job he has, but he works at some kind of manufacturing place, and he took a look at that, and he started like turning the wheels in his head, you know, and the next time I came up there, about 2 months later, he had another one made. So check this out. This is a much simpler design that anyone can build. Easy, real easy. And I'll tell you the advantages and disadvantages of both. But here it is. Look at this. It's super simple. All it is a mousetrap. You know, you set the mousetrap just like that one. The card sits in here that you cut a slot for. And then the genius about this, all it is a push pin. This push pin goes through and sets the trap. Let's see if I can do it real quick. This one's much, much simpler to use. You don't have to set the trap with the lever like you normally do. This pin goes right over, and then all it is a couple screws, and then a pulley, and then you pull the string, just like this. Boom. And then if you make one of these on your own, you'll have to play around with the positioning of the card. Now this one, for whatever reason, the card is up and down, it's vertical. The other one, it needs to be horizontal, and I think that's just because of the distance between the card slot and the mousetrap bar. So, advantages of this one. Super simple. You know, you could probably build this for less than $5, maybe. You know, it just takes a little bit of time. And it needs to be heavy. And he even has some, what is this? Sandpaper on the bottom, because you are pulling the string to engage the mousetrap. So it needs to have some kind of friction so it doesn't pull away from there. So the disadvantages of this one, now, and I'm gonna make this better. I'm gonna make it similar to the other one, but this one doesn't have any foam to slow down that bar. That snapping over and over and over, these mousetraps are not meant to be used that many times. The steel is only pushed into the wood. So if we could slow that down or find a way to better secure the pins and see, this is like, it's coming out already. So that's why this one doesn't work as well, but it's just so simple. It's rad. We had several of these set up in Michigan. It was pretty cool. So people have suggested making one for a can. Yes, it does work. All you need is a rat trap. Now these have a lot of energy. There's a lot bigger spring. Everything's just bigger. But the problem is these are not meant for multiple uses. They're built very cheaply. So these pins come out, you know, they're just pressed in there. So my dad and I have been working on finding a way to secure these better so we can use it multiple times. But like I said, there's gonna have to be some kind of foam so it doesn't snap all the way back on it, because these are like 10 times as much energy as a mousetrap. I mean, rat traps are gnarly. So there's another option for you. The only real disadvantage I have that I could really tell you about this one is it takes a little bit of time to reset it. This one here is much easier to reset. It's much quicker. This one's not that bad, but there are a couple things that can go wrong. You know what I mean? Like the trigger can break. It's taken a lot of beating. It hasn't broken yet. See these pieces of foam, look how pressed down they are. I'm gonna have to add some more foam in there soon because, as you can see on the trigger wand or whatever you want to call it, see it's taking a beating there. It hasn't broken yet, and I've used this quite a bit. But yeah. Well, there you go. Hopefully you guys can go make one yourself. When I first got it, I was like, damn, I'm gonna be killing it. It's gonna be rad because it's pretty consistent. Oh, so that's the other thing. But anyway, so when I got it, I was thinking I was gonna be like real consistent. I was gonna be hitting cards left and right? Well, it's a lot harder than it looks. It's very difficult. The cards are, if you don't set them in there just right, the cards go wherever they want. Now you can set it up and you can get them kind of consistent where you know that they're gonna be somewhere in the middle. But the biggest tip I can give you, as soon as your card gets damaged or bent, throw it away. Get a brand new set. You need a brand new deck is what you need. As soon as the card gets damaged, it does whatever it wants. It flutters, it goes wherever. Also, if it's windy outside, you might as well just not do it because any little bit of wind, playing card is super light. But yeah, I think that's about it. And yeah, hopefully you guys can make your own. Pretty simple. Hit me up if you have any questions. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.